Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. What's up guys, Gary here for GenVFX. Welcome to a new tutorial. Today we're talking about lip syncing, something I've done quite a bit of in the past. But the reason why I brought it to the fore right now is because I've been doing something which is a bit top secret. But I'm doing some lip syncing where I'm currently working. And I can't go into any more details about that, but it made me think that I haven't done a video about it, so I wanted to talk about it. Now, lip syncing, basically, is the art of listening to an audio file and animating a mouth to the sound. Essentially, there are two things in lip syncing. I'm just going to bring down a picture for you. Lip syncing is a combination of visemes, which is a visual shape of a mouth, and these are sort of like the blanket ones that I've got here. And the associated phoneme, which is the sound it makes. So, for example, if I just go through from the top, I can go through any one of these, but basically, if I look at that one, that's marked as an eh, and that's like the sound for an egg, and it's a wide open mouth, eh. If you go to an I, you'll notice that when you're saying I, your mouth goes a bit wider, and the bottom lip comes up a bit, so that I is the sound of the I in lick, so it's like eh. Then you've got o, which is like the word pop. You've got oo, which is like you or zoo, or it's like your lips all, they sort of like pinch up. I'm doing the shape, you can't see it. There's an ah there, which is bag. This is basically here. This is kind of like that's some rest shape up there. You're looking at kind of like the 11 minimum shapes, I think, to make a sufficient lip sync match to the sound of a file in Blender. So what we're going to do, or in fact in anything to be honest with you, but what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the actual physical usage of all of these and how to go about doing it in Blender. There will be a little bit of fast forwarding during the course of this, because obviously you don't want to be making all of these physical shapes. I'll make a few. In fact, I'm going to make them all, but I will let you actually just rush through the worst bits. So I need to keep this handy, and I may refer back to it. The thing is that lip syncing actually is great fun, and in Blender it's not difficult. And again, it's the functionality though, it's the same as it would do in any 3D software. So I've recorded a teeny tiny bit of audio, which I'm going to show you how to put into a scene. Now what I'm going to do first of all though is I'm going to open up, let's just show the splash screen. I'm just going to load up this. This is, I don't know, I just built him. I have no idea what to call him. You could call him Ned the Head. I don't know. I'm pulling things out of nowhere. And this has already got a few little pieces of animation tools on it. I just thought, just doing a head, there's no point doing the whole body. We're just doing a lip sync. I'll just do the head. I've actually got a little controller here. You can probably just about see, if I put that in front of the face and bring it here, you can probably just see there are some relationship lines that are appearing over the front of his face. If I move this little empty left and right, let's move it a little bit further, you can see that it's changing the position of his eyes. So basically there are aim constraints on the eyes, pointing them towards that empty. And then also I have a property that I've built on which has got an expression, which when I push it down beyond 1, it pushes the eyes to a close. And then if I pull it back to about, I think about point, I can put it all the way to 0, but basically the lid starts to appear at about 0.2. So if we just do this here, and you can see I'm just pushing this property panel left and right over in the window. There you go, like that. And that's as much as I've got there. But what I have got, I'm going to zoom in a little bit and just go inside the head. There you go. I've got there's a mouth shape at the back. And then I've got some teeth which are just sitting in sort of a place. And this is a tongue, or at least it's a pink UV sphere. Let's not worry about that. The point is we need all of these bits and bobs to make mouth shapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to create these visemes for our little character. I'm going to pull this back a little bit. And I'm going to just, what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to do this. No, I'm not. Let go. I am going to do this. There we go. And in this window here, which I'm going to just turn off those, I'm going to put this here like this so I can see just the head relatively straight on. That's pretty good. And here, in this other perspective view, I'm going to move this around. So I just want to be able to go in and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I've got the object. Now you do notice, by the way, that those are separate. They're not separate objects, but they're inside my head object. All of those are all part and parcel of it. Okay, so if I go here and I go Z4, you can see they're all part of that same object. Okay. So let me go back here and let's click on the shape keys. I'm going to create one, which is the base, which basically is like our rest position. Okay. And I'm going to start here. I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this first one is going to be ah. So let's put 3 A's in there so I know. This one's going to be ah. This one is going to be I. Remember, I'm doing all of these in object mode, creating all of these. And then this is O, just put a single O. And this one's going to be U, which I could do like that. But I'm going to do it with a couple of U's as well as a double O, just so I can be certain I know what the shape is going to be. This is going to be a bump, mbp. This one is going to be L, so I'm going to put a load of L's in there. This one's going to be the K sound, so K, H, R. And this one is going to be the FV. And then let's go again. This one's going to be the N, D, T, which is the teeth with the tongue behind, because the FV teeth are the top and the bottom lip. And then the last one is going to be the SZX, we'll call it. I'm going to put those in there, and now we're going to start making those shapes. Now, obviously, you can't make these shape keys in object mode, but you can create them here in object mode. I also want to just explain briefly, if you're using shape keys, I have discussed this before, but if you are going to do shape keys, what you have here is a value that goes up between 0 and 1, and that basically is the amount of the shape that you want when you're creating it. So when you set it to 0, whatever shape you create in edit mode won't appear until you start to push this up, and when it reaches 1, it's the exact shape as the edit shape that you made. So you can use it in varying degrees. What you can also do is that minimum value that you've got as 0, you can change that to actually be -1. Just because you haven't got actually a shape that goes between -1 and 0 doesn't mean you can't get a negative motion of your shape. So if you were to say move something like a nose, if you shifted the nose up slightly, get a little kink, what you could do is change that base value to -1 rather than 0, and you could then push that nose down by taking the value down to -1, because essentially what you're doing is you're moving a set of vertices. Your direction you go is based on the base shape and to your final resting shape. So there we go. I've got a bunch of shapes. I'll probably put some others in as well, actually, as I'm going along, because I might just do the eyebrows, a little sort of like on the nose and things like that. So what I will do is let's start with the ah. Now our resting face looks a bit like an ah, but it's not. I like the resting place of a mouth being open, because it's always it's almost like a mid shape, and it means that even though I've got clean polygons, if I clean paths, where are we? Show me the wires. Even though I've got relatively clean geometry, I say relatively clean, I've only got quads, but I would probably have had another loop if I'd have thought about it. I didn't. I have a mouth sort of that sort of positioning, just because it makes it a lot easier to go from one shape to another when your mouth base shape is open. It's like a T-pose, if you think about it, for the mouth. Not a bad way of putting it, actually. So let's start, and I'm going to leave this one here like this, as I say, so we can see basically how it looks. And let's create an ah. Now, what you do is you go into edit mode, as I said. Look at all that. Let's get rid of those wires. In fact, no, I might just need them, but I don't want the transparency. There you go. So I want to make an ah. So I need to move this bottom of the jaw down. So when you move a jaw down, your teeth go down as well. Keep that in mind, because we're going to be moving those as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select those two. I'm going to press O to get proportional moving. And you'll notice I'm moving this down. I'm already in the ah shape. So I'm bringing those down, and that looks like an ah. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. That's a nice ah. But what I need to do now is just move down the teeth. So they are there for the bottom of the ah. And the tongue is also in the wrong place. So let's move that down to there for an ah, ah, ah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see the tongue for an ah. So let me come back to object mode. And let me now push this value and go ah, 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 ah. Yeah, so it's going from the rest shape to the ah. Now I'm going to go back to edit mode. Let's pick the ah, and it goes back to the base shape. All right, so an ah is wider if you think about it. So let's go and press GX, and we're going to move this out like this. And let's put this one here. GX. The opposite side. There we go. There. It's still down a little bit. So let's GZ. I think that's nice for an And let's bring these teeth down a bit. Yeah. There we go. And bring that down. There we go. So again, back to object mode, and then I can go and then of course I can also, just to show you, I can still got the Now I've put the and the together. See, it's doing both moves, one on top of the other. So sometimes you can use shapes to make or accentuate other shapes that you've already got. So that is not either an nor an it's more of a hey! So let's just have a look at what we've got. So we've got I, O, U, M, B, P, M, B, P, La, K, K. Oops. Oh dear, getting carried away. K. And then we've got F, V. We've got N, and D, and T, N, D, T. Yep. And then we've got S, X, Z, so it's socks, sacks. Excuse me. Sacks. Yep, so you can see how it works. So there's all these little shapes which are now referred to as visemes. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is I'm now going to save this. I'm going to go save, and now we're going to animate this to say a word. Now, what we need to do is you'll notice that I've got up here video editing. Now there's a reason why I've got video editing. It's because, if I can just delete that, I need to bring in some audio. I've got here 4 sounds. The 3 that are there are ones from the internet, which I think is probably best not to use. So I recorded myself. Now this is just set up as is normally when you do anything like this. So I'm going to drag this into my time strip and drop it right there so it's at the beginning. So if I go over here and press play. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. There you go. So that's actually coming in as a mono channel, but it doesn't actually register as a mono channel. So we need to basically do a little bit of messing around with this as well. So you probably hear it coming through one speaker, which is exactly how it should be. But we're going to change this to a stereo channel. So I'm going to go over here to where it says stereo channel, leave the volume at 1 and click on mono, which basically means instead of hearing it in one channel, because it thinks it's a stereo channel, it's assuming it's a mono channel, so it plays it in both headphones. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Right, now I'm not sure whether you're picking up on that, but trust me, when you're wearing headphones and you're doing this, you will definitely pick up on that. So we've now got that, but if I scrub in the timeline, I can't hear it, and that's because scrubbing has not been turned on. If you go down to playback at the bottom and you click on scrubbing, what that means is that now, hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. So you can hear all that going on actually there in the scrubbing process. So that's great. So it means you can actually go, guys. So I know that's a G right there. I know that's a G. So that's great having that, because it means that we can now animate, lip sync to this. So let's go back here into our animation view. So we can now zoom this bit here. So that's actually our camera view. Turn off that in there. We don't need that. We just need this down here. And what I'm going to do is we are going to change that as well. So that's in basically not Workbench, sorry, Eevee. And let's just center on the head. We need this second head, so I'm going to leave that there. It's just nice to see it a bit sometimes. And hi there. And now, hi there, guy. Hi there, guy. So we've got. I'll take a little breath there. A little. And then ha ha ha. So we know what shapes make the H and so on. So what we need to be able to do is I'm going to move this up. I don't really care very much about this now. I don't even need to see what's in that collection. I'm really working on stuff that's in there. So I'm going to move this up so I can see all of this panel properly here. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to set the resting face in this. I'm going to put a M in there, and I'm going to lift this up so it's just a little bit more like a slightly closed mouth. So I see. So it's almost closed. Let's bring it up to a close, pretty much. Okay, and let's keyframe that. So we're going to insert a key. Now what I'm going to do, and this is more important really, is that what you want to do is basically key everything in here for each time you hear a sound. And the reason for that is because if you don't, you may find that if you've got a value on the L, say at frame 1, and then you go to 25, and that's where you need another L, and then you keyframe the next L sound there. If it goes from nothing to 1 over 25, whatever keyframe you've done there, it'll suddenly have this whoop slope up to the L. So whenever you do a key on a particular sound, key them all. Okay, and the best way to do that is to basically turn on auto key, like this, down here, and just right click. Insert a keyframe, or you can just go I. So they've all got a keyframe there, right? So I go. First time it's a ha there, so let's go ha, and let's do that. So we're going ha, but we don't want this to change until here, roundabout. So I'm starting to do a little breathe there. So I'm going to put an A So that's a 0 and that's 0. And we're just going to go I. So we get this. In fact, I think what's probably best if I just bring this to here. So we've got a start with that goes to so hi. Just play it. Hi there, guys. So hi. So that is in fact an E sound, which basically is an I. An E, sorry. So we go 1 in there, and then we go I. And if you just I there. So we got the and that's a the. Now the basically is the one that I haven't actually written down on the sheet, but it's in fact an F or a F. Hi there. Hi. You can actually look, it's like a L, but it's like a F at the same time, so it's like a L. Yeah, hi. So what we can do is put an L there, yeah, there, and then just basically very quickly go I. So we've got a, and that's an air. So that's a 1 there, and then it's a I. So that's a 0. I. Like that. So if we just play this, you can watch. Hi there, guys. So hi there. G. Now a G basically the same as a G is a K, as a R and a H. So it's like 1 in there, 0 in there, and then if we can, I. So we got a hi there. Hi there. Go. Okay guys, let's have a look at this. Let's just basically zoom out a bit here, and this big window here, and let's play this back and see what you think. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. And I don't think that's too bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. There is a special little trick, by the way. This is the special little trick, which is something which I discovered when I was doing a bit of research when I was doing lip syncing on the children's TV show ages ago, is that one of the best things you can do is take all of your keyframes and shift them one frame that way. So essentially, what's happening is you actually go to the shape before the sound happens. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. So basically what's happening is the sound is being made just after the shape, which is better than this. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. It's just hitting it a little bit too perfectly. If you push it this way, it means that the shape arrives before the actual sound. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. It's mental, but it just works. And I think if you think about it, and by the way, if you ever do lip syncing, I definitely recommend you have a mirror right by the side of your monitor so you can actually see the shapes that your mouth is making. And you can actually see the bits that your mouth does when it's not talking. Speaking of which, we're going to add a little bit of life to this, make it a little bit more nicer. So let's go into edit mode quickly. And I'm going to add a couple more shapes. I'm just going to go into here. Where are we? We're in edit mode. I'll go back to object mode. I'm going to add a new one here, a new one there. I'm going to call this one left up, and I'm going to call this one right up. There you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to over here somewhere, and I'm going to just set a keyframe here with nothing on it like that. Let's just get rid of all of that. Yep. And in fact, let's just key them all. Okay, and I'm going to move this just that way a little bit. So I've got basically a place where I can just do some new stuff. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to the edit mode. And left up is what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that face and that face. I'm going to go GZ and I'm going to move those up like that. You might notice this. A reason why I'm doing this. In fact, let's just give escape. Let's do that again. GZ. Let's push that up there like that. And let's go right up and do the same. Let's pick these two, GZ, and push those up like that. So if I wanted to, if I'm back in object mode, if I go left up and right up, I can push the left up and the right up, and we get a smile. And then we could leave that there. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. And welcome. Oh, look at that. How lovely is that? Like a little heart. Welcome to GenVFX. So we get a little smile all the way through there. Isn't that lovely? Let's just set a little bit lower to like, let's set it to 0.3. 0.3. So it just sounds a little bit more smiley. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. I just can't believe I've just got a little perfect circle, a little perfect heart. Oh, I love that. That's nice. But you know, it's just another little shape. Hi there guys. So a little bit happier, and if I want to show that I'm a little bit sadder, minus 0.3. Let's just set it to minus 0.3. Oh, I can't, can I? That's because my range doesn't go any lower. So I set that to minus 1, and now I can pull this down, you see. So I pick up that one, set that to minus 1, and now I can pull this down, you see. So this will end up having the opposite effect. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Don't look very happy, do I? And that is quite a nice resting face. Let's try this. Let's put it half and half. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. I've just got a problem with my mouth there, haven't I? I mean, that's if I'm not saying I'm a blue-faced person with green hair, by the way. Just happens to be there. But I'm going to set them both to 0.3. Let's just do that. 0.3, there we go. Let's set that to 0.3 as well. So there's a little bit of a smile in there. And then we're going to very quickly go back up to here, to these eyebrows. And let's go here back to, we're in object mode, so let's create two more. So I've created the third. That one we're going to call brow L. This one we're going to call brow R. And I'm going to set those again to minus 1 and minus 1 in the range. So we're starting here. So let's go to edit mode, and you can see I've got pretty much got an edge loop there that I can use here, which is quite nice. So I'm going to pick this one. In fact, no, let's just do it this way. Let's pick all of them for brow right. Sorry, we'll pick the right one. There we go. Let's go GZ. Just lift that up. There we go, to there. Okay. And we're going to brow left. And let's do that. And let's go GZ and lift those up to there. So if I push them, there you go. Just I go to object mode, and now I have an ability to push it up and down. Do you see what I mean now? That whole thing about the control on that, which is nice. So what I can do now is I can animate these along with everything else. Right, so I've now completed what I think is good enough for this. I say good enough, I'm actually quite happy with this. There's been a lot of recording, there'll be a lot of cramping of time. I may put this whole thing out if you really want to watch me do this, because this second half of this, because I actually split this into 2 recordings, it's 43 minutes. So I'm going to try and not do that for the sake of everyone's sanity. But what we've got now is, well, let me show you. If I just expand this one out, just move this over here. Don't want to completely get rid of it, but it's just a matter of so you can see. And here, so you ready? Here we go. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. Hi there guys, and welcome to GenVFX. What do you think? I'm quite pleased. But the point of this really is about the lip sync. You know, it's a process. You do it. It works. Well, hey, it's great. I'm going to render this out. I'm going to shove this at the front of the video so you can basically see this with the sound. And I will... well, what can I say? If you need to get to the image of the lip sync chart that I use, I will stick it up actually on the site. Actually on the YouTube channel, so you can download that at your will. What I might do is put this scene up on Gumroad as well and make sure that you can access it there. I'll put it there totally free. If you want to bung me a quid or send me $1, great. If you don't, it's okay. It's fine. I don't mind. This is about teaching people. It's not about me making money. It's about teaching people. And I hope this has been of some use to you. It's been lovely for me to actually do some proper animation. I have the feeling that most of the time I spend most of my time showing people how to do things without actually doing a great deal. So actually doing this and actually having something that's finished, I'm actually quite pleased with my little head. So yeah, so I built the head. It took me about an hour and a half altogether, I think. It was a very, very quick sculpt, as you can probably see. There's not a lot going on. And then it took me, so that sculpt probably took me about 20 minutes. And then I retopologized it using the techniques that I got in one of my previous videos, which you can see. And I then, the eyes are everything just popped in a sphere and stuff, and the lid's the same sort of thing. And then I textured up using only the texture paint stuff inside of Blender, because even though, let's face it, it needs a bit of a zhuzh, it was quite nice to just, you know, paint it very gently. Guys, if Blender, anyone with Blender actually listen to this, could you please make a painting package with layers in it? That would be so nice, so I wouldn't have to make a complete mess of my cheeks on a regular basis. That sounds wrong, but you know what I mean. Okay guys, listen, I hope you've enjoyed that. I really enjoyed doing it. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.